Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Hello friends, I'm mohammadwahyuni.
I'm fasisalluthfizain.
We are from the first group. We would like to tell you about kinds of human blood components. Okay, kinds of human blood component. The first one is blood plasma. Blood plasma is a liquid component of blood. Blood cells in blood plasma contributes about 55 until 60%. Then blood cell fill the rest, which is approximately 40 until 45%. The second one is white blood cells or leopardies. The third one is platelets or blood platelets. The first one is erythrocytes, meaning red, and cytes, meaning blood cell shells. Erythrocytes are the most abundant blood cells in the body. These red blood cells carry oxygen and other substances, where red blood cells are microscopic cells and don't have a cell nucleus. Erythrocytes are pieces of red blood cells or RBCs that are round in shape with slight races in the middle. Erythrocytes are red blood cells that are made in the bone marrow through a process called erythropoiesis. The red color of the blood cells is due to the presence of hemoglobin, which consists of protein in it. This is the cause of human blood discharge. Erythrocytes are very elastic in shape and can change to adapt as they flow through the blood capillaries.
Lymphocytes are divided into two main types, namely B lymphocytes and T lymphocytes. B lymphocytes makes antibody, and T lymphocytes help kill tumor cells and help counter the immune response. The two main types of lymphocytes are B lymphocytes and T lymphocytes are B cells and T cells. Leukemia is a blood cancer that can also cause eosinophil divers to skin spears. Platelets from a blockage. The blockage aims to close the damaged skin tissue so that the fluid that comes out can be stopped. Platelets can also release chemicals to attract more platelets and other cells to continue the conjugation process to the next stage. Before blood transfusion. Before the blood transfusion is performed, the patient will have a weekend taken to check for blood type based on the ABO or ABO. After the blood group is known, the R-machine will be carried over by machine the blood group taken from the donor to the laboratory group of the institution. This test is known as first blood.
Okay, next, the function of white blood cells in bacterial organ that enter the body. The human body does need white blood cells to maintain the immune system or immunity. However, if the number of white blood cells in our body is less or exceeds the normal limit, it is also not good for the body. The normal white blood cell count is 6,000 until 8,000 per 1 cubic millimeter. Characteristic of white blood cell or Leopardies. In contrast to red blood cell, white blood cells have an irregular shape or are ammoed. White blood cells are colorless and have a nucleus. White blood cells have the ability to penetrate capillary walls. In addition, in the human body, white blood cells are not directly associated with any particular organ or tissue because the cells work independently like single-cell organisms.
Okay, next. The first one is healing wounds. The function of blood is important to heal wounds. When you have an injury that tears blood vessels, Platelets and plasma proteins work together to stop the bleeding. Platelets produce substances that work together with vitamin K to make the blood clot and form a blockage in the damaged area. Plasma proteins then form a thread called fibrin to complete to platelet plug or clot, so it can cover the wound. The second one is crying body wastes to the kidneys and liver. Wool also serves to transport waste to the organs in charge of removing and processing it for disposal, namely the kidneys and the liver. In the kidneys, substances such as urea, uric acid, and creatinine will be filtered from the blood plasma. These substances enter to aerator to be exit from the body in the form of urine. The liver also removes toxins from the blood. The third one is fighting disease. White blood cells or lipids are components of the blood that are responsible for fighting disease. These blood cells make up only 1% of circulating blood, but they can multiply during infection or inflammation.
Do you know why human blood is red? Human blood is red because it contains 2% hemoglobin. About 120 years old, all cells are broken down in the kidney or liver, and red marrow in the flat bones, deep red blood cells processed in the heart. Hemoglobin is broken down in the converted into bilirubin pigment or bile pigment, which is greenish in color. Bile pigment exerted by the liver into bile. Iron from hemoglobin doesn't.
Next, other type of protein in the body serve as forming enzyme. Enzyme function to support stem-cell reaction in the body. For example, in the body, all sources of nutrition ranging from carbohydrates, protein, and fat must be converted into simple forms in order to be absorbed. Well, to change it all requires some completed chemical reaction in the body. This chemical reaction will run smoothly if there are enzymes in the body. Fibrinogen or factor is a plasma protein that plays an important role in blood clotting. Fibrogen might be given to treat severe bleeding from injury, disseminated in cerebellar contractilation, or congenital disorders such as afibromyalgia or hyperglycemia.
Okay, next. This is the function of blood in the human body. Blood consists of several main components, namely plasma, red blood cells, white blood cells, and platelets. Each of these components has their respective duties in carrying out of the function of blood to support the human body so that it can function normally. The flowing functions of blood are important for the human body, supplying oxygen to cells and tissues, to pick up oxygen from the air in the lungs, and then transporting nutrients and hormones. Blood plays a major role in the digestion and the functioning of the endocrine system. And the last is regulate body temperatures. Another function of blood is to regulate body temperatures.
The main function of platelets is for blood clotting mechanism when a blood vessel is injured. The body will make the main process to relieve the bleeding as follows. Number 1, next the contraction for the injured blood vessels, and number 2, platelet activity, and last blood clotting activities.
Okay. The number can reach 1 until 2% of the total red blood cell. The following are now characteristic of red blood cell among others too. It is red because it contains hemoglobin. Red round shaped with a concave or biconcave in the middle. Does not have a cell nucleus. The lifespan of red blood cell is approximately to 1020 days. Red blood cells are 4 until 5 million cells. Red blood cells are 7 until 8 in diameter and 1 until thick. And the less red blood cells are elastic.
Okay, this is the last part of our paper. Okay, full-time person procedures. Full-time persons generally last about 1 until 4 hours, but can move on the type of blood and the amount of blood the patient needs. Next, the doctor will insert a needle into the vein around the patient. A needle is then connected to a carotid tube that is connected to the back. Okay, after blood transfusion, the doctor or nurse will remove tube that was previously introduced into the blood vessels. The arm where the transfusion were performed may be painful afterward, and bruising may occur around the needle insertion site. However, these conditions will generally go away on their own within a few days. Prevalent blood clots. Avoid sitting for long periods of time, being in the same position, or especially sitting or lying down for a long time can cause blood to clot. Drink enough water, live a healthy lifestyle, taking drugs, and the last is wearing compressive stocking. Okay, that's all from us. Please forgive us if we have made mistakes. The last we say,
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.